Welcome back students. Today we will continue with the remaining topics of chapter 2. So let's start. Consumer's equilibrium, cardinal utility analysis. A consumer is the one who buys goods and service for satisfaction of wants. The objective of a consumer is to get maximum satisfaction from spending his income on various goods and service given price. Consumer's equilibrium means maximum satisfaction level of the consumer given his income and price of goods and service in the market. The two different situations of consumer's equilibrium are single commodity case and two commodity case. Single commodity case. So you see here in this table, unit of a commodity, price and marginal utility has been given here. Now this table we will learn in the form of a diagram. In this diagram, units of commodity has been shown on x-axis and price and marginal utility on y-axis. The diminishing utility of x has been shown by downward sloping MU curve. The market price of x has been shown by horizontal price line P. Price line intersects falling MU curve at point E. So, the consumer's equilibrium will be at point E when the consumers consume 4 units of commodity X. He will not consume 5 units of X as MU worth of rupees 3 is less than price paid rupees 4 for it. Similarly, he will not consume 3 units of X as MU worth rupees 5 is more than the price paid. Number 2 is two commodity case. Suppose a consumer consume only 2 goods X and Y. He will attain equilibrium only if he allocates his given income on the purchase of good X and Y in such a way that per rupee marginal utility of both the products is equal and he gets maximum total utility. Next, indifference curve. Indifference curve technique was presented by Hicks and Allen to explain consumers' behavior. As indifference curve may be defined as the loss of combination of two commodities which give same level of satisfaction to the consumers. An indifference curve is drawn from indifference schedule of the consumers. As indifference schedule is a list of various combinations of two commodities that will equally acceptable to the consumers, therefore the consumer is indifferent between different combinations. Next, properties of indifference curve. Number 1 is indifference curve slopes downward from left to right. This property implies that an indifference curve always has a negative slope. This is so because in order to have same level of satisfaction on an indifference curve, when the consumer decides to have more units of one good, it must reduce the amount of other. Now you see here in this diagram, when the consumer increases the consumption of good X from OX to OX1, it reduces the consumption of good Y from OY to OI1 to have same level of satisfaction along the indifference curve. This makes the indifference curve negatively slope from left to right. Point number 2 is indifference curve are convex to the origin. Now you see here, the indifference curve are normally convex to the origin because the marginal rate of substitution of two goods, say X and Y, diminishes as more and more quantity of X is substituted for Y as shown in the diagram. For second additional unit of good X, the consumer is prepared to give away 4 units of Y, and again for third additional unit of X is prepared to give away 3 units of Y. In this way, marginal rate of X for Y goes on diminishing, which make the indifference curve convex to the origin. Point number 3 is a higher indifference curve represent higher level of satisfaction. Another property of indifference curve is that higher indifference curve will represent at higher level of satisfaction than a lower indifference curve. In the diagram, you see here combination of goods denoted by higher indifference curve IC3 represent higher level of satisfaction than the combination of goods denoted by lower indifference curve IC2 and IC1. This is because combination of IC3 indifference curve contains more of good x and y than lower indifference curve IC2 and IC1. IC means indifference curve. Point number 4 is indifference curve cannot intersect each other. Another important property is that indifference curves can neither touch nor intersect each other. This is so because different indifference curves represent different level of satisfaction. Now, if any two indifference curves intersect at any point, then at that point satisfaction from the two indifference curve will be same, which is not possible due to specific nature of indifference curve. Now you see here in this diagram, IC1 and IC2 are the two indifference curve representing different level of satisfaction are intersecting at point C, where satisfaction of both the indifference curve are becoming same. This is not possible under the indifference curve technique. Therefore, indifference curves cannot intersect each other. Point number 5 is an indifference curve cannot touch either x-axis or y-axis. As shown in the diagram, you see here, if the indifference curves touch x-axis at point M, then the consumer will be having OM of x and none of y. Similarly, if the indifference curves touches y-axis at point N, then the consumer will be having ON of y and none of x. Such curves are contradictory to the assumptions that consumers buy both the goods in all combination. Next, indifference map. A set of indifference curve is called indifference map. An indifference map is a family of indifference curve which represent two different levels of satisfaction. Next, budget line. A budget line shows all those combination of two goods which the consumers can buy spending his given money income on the two goods at their given price. Next, shift in budget line. Point number 1 is shift due to change in price. The price of a commodity is volatile in nature and changes from time to time. The market price of the goods will either decrease or either increase. If the other factors like income and price of goods Y remain constant and price of one commodity say X decreases, the buying capacity of the consumer for good Y will automatically increase. If the other factors remain constant and the price of good X increases, the buying capacity of the consumer for good Y will automatically decrease. So point number 2 is shift due to change in income. Income is another vital agent that leads to a shift in the budget line. An increase in the consumer's income means expansion of his or her purchasing power and vice versa, thus leading to a shift in budget line 2. Next, consumer's equilibrium. The following two conditions are necessary in consumer's equilibrium under indifference curve analysis. Number 1 is MRS, that is marginal rate of substitution, must be equal to the ratio of price of two goods. Budget line should be tangent to the indifference curve. Number 2, MRS should be continuously falling, that is indifference curve should be convex to the point of the origin O. So with this, students, chapter 2 ends. Thank you. Welcome.